guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Walker Ford in Clearwater, Florida, and guess what? I have one heck of a black beauty for you. It's this mean, lean muscle machine right here. This is a 2024 updated, refresh Ford F-150 Raptor, but guess what? Add one more letter, this is a Raptor R. But before we get into this supercharged V8 off-roader, let's talk about what's going on here, the Raptor. This is the truck that was really the game changer, starting all the way back in 2010 when Ford Performance was known as SVT, Special Vehicle Team. They're the ones that brought you vehicles like the 2007 GT500 and that first gen Raptor that had a naturally aspirated V8. Now, of course, there was a lot of hammering and hollering of when the next gen of the Raptor went to the V6 EcoBoost, but guess what? Ford wanted to bring back the V8, and they did it in a big way with a supercharged V8, taking it right from the last generation of the GT500. So what I want to find out is, if you're looking for a performance truck, the performance truck, do you go Raptor R? Do you go TRX? And at the end of the day, is this worth the price tag? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Black Stallion and find out. Right off the bat, the sheer presence of this vehicle is just menacing. Of course, you're gonna have that extra wide fender, plus the fender flare. We have updated LED running lights. And when we speak about and talk about lighting, all new lighting material. So you're gonna have your new headlight housing, LED daytime running lamps. Of course, you're gonna have your projector beam headlights and your turn signals. And then what's wonderful is, as you drop down, of course, because this is an off-road truck, you're gonna have that rigid technology little cube LED lighting at the front with our stamped steel bumper. So definitely having that distinctive extra lighting. Now, as we kind of sweep it around and come to the front grille, this is where it's all just mean. We have the auxiliary LED lights that are DOT required because of the sheer width of this vehicle. You got the little R in that Ford Performance bright orange because this is the Raptor R. And I've always liked how the Raptor just spells out the Ford name rather than having the blue oval. We got a forward-facing camera, and you'll notice that it has a little washer on it for when things get dirty. And as we drop down the ground level, of course, you're gonna have your bright orange recovery tow hooks for those TRXs. Pull them out of the mud, pull them out of the dirt. You do have functionality in the center because we need a lot of cool air for all that supercharged horsepower. And then underneath the belly of this beast, you are gonna get those skid plates that run along the whole bottom. 2-speed transfer case, and we have the Fox live wire suspension that's gonna fine tune as you're going off-roading. You have over 10 inches of ground clearance, and we're sitting on 37-inch tires, but definitely from the front, this thing is just menacing. Now, as we rise up, of course, as you can see, we have the Raptor R graphics package. Very tasteful. A little bit of that Ford Performance orange with the flat black. We have the bulge. Put away the socks, guys. You got the bulge because we have a functional heat extractor up top. And I'm gonna have Steven kind of swing around and show the Raptor R badge on the side of that bulge where we have our heat extractor. But let me know what you think about the color. I'm not really a huge black truck kind of guy or any type of black vehicle, but it does look very sinister in this color. Now, as we swing around wide, like I said, you're gonna have 37-inch tires, those BF Goodrich KO2 tires. And then you'll also notice we have the optional B-lock wheels. New design, nice looking wheel, the gunmetal metallic gray with the flat black. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this wheel and tire? So basically what you're looking at is this is a 17-inch wheel. Tires are gonna be I gotta take a breath here because I'm getting a little choked up. So tires are 275 on the width, and then you got that meaty, massive sidewall. And like I said, 37-inch tire. I'm gonna have Steven kind of swing it on in and show you the suspension. You could actually see the springs, the upper control arm, and like I said, that's that Fox live wire technology that is gonna read the surface of whatever terrain you're on, every single nanosecond. We have well over 11 inches of wheel travel up front, over 12 inches of wheel travel out back, and that box frame, which has been developed with the Baja 500 and the Baja 1000 in mind. They've actually run Raptors in that race from SVT, from Ford Performance. Now coming down the side of the vehicle, I'm gonna have Steven kind of swing around and show you how we have our functional heat extractors on the fenders. You have your Raptor R graphics package. And then of course, we're gonna get color matched on the mirror caps. You have your 360-degree cameras. Steven's gonna drop back and just show the super cruise size of this truck. It would be cool if you could get this truck in a single cab. Let me know in the comment section if you would be down to get this truck in a single cab setup. You are gonna have your stationary running boards, but they are removable, and these are Raptor specific. How do I know that? It actually says the Raptor name, duh, stamped right into that. Working our way towards the back of the truck, you have your Raptor badging with the letter R. You see how they did the graphic, but it's actually R for Raptor R Pirate Special. Check out the freaking suspension. Love seeing that Fox suspension. Like I said, just like Rigid, these are brands that have cut their teeth on off-roading. And then as we kind of swing back and drop back, like I said, let me know what you think about the graphics package on the bed of this truck. This is a 5.5 foot bed, 5.5 if you're looking at just numbers on the size of the bed. And then as we come around back, like I said, just like up front, you have your fender flares. We got our new, for 2024, updated lighting. Love how everything is blacked out on the back. The Ford badge, F-150 Raptor R. And then as we drop it down to ground level, you do have your full tow capability. We got our Ford Performance exhaust that has Baja mode that allows the exhaust to really sing with that supercharged V8. And we do have our recovery tow hooks that we have in glossy black on the back of this beast. Like the way they take the full spare, that 37-inch tire spare, and have it mounted nice and high out of the way so it doesn't affect your ground clearance. And then of course, hit the button, that nice soft release. We have this hard tonneau cover, which obviously slides forward, but all the room in here, you got a little cubby for your off-road Twinkies, LED lighting, which is great. And then on this side, you do have your optional onboard generator. So nice to have the lighting, all of that really well done with your bed liner. And of course, you have your step system. That Ford is really good with this very functional, easy to use. I like this better than the multi-flex gate because it doesn't affect the rigidity of the tailgate. So when you're loading and unloading things, it doesn't affect the rigidity. And it's very simple to put away. I mean, boom. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop that hood and talk about more horsepower for 2024. All right, guys, we got the massive hood popped. We do have hood struts. Underneath the hood is the Predator V8 that is plucked right from the previous gen Shelby GT500. What do we have? New for 2024 in the Raptor R, that 5.2 liter supercharged V8 pumps out 720 horsepower. Now I know you're saying, well, Joe, when it was in the Shelby GT500, it put out 760 horsepower. You are correct, but they have retuned the engine specifically for off-roading. So 720 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. That's more horsepower than what the TRX ever had. And with the Ram TRX dying, guess what? The Raptor is the one. The R continues as the champion. 10-speed automatic, 0 to 60 in this 6,000 pound truck in 3.4 seconds, quarter mile in 11.8 seconds. Top speed is 113 miles an hour, and that's because of the 37-inch off-road tires. MPGs, if you really care about that, you're looking at the wrong freaking truck. You better go look at a Maverick Hybrid. This gets 10 MPGs in the city, 15 on the highway, and the great news is you could tow 8,700 pounds. That mobile generator is a 2 kilowatt generator, and of course, like I said, having that great tow capacity, because a lot of times especially in the past, if you had a performance truck, you would lose all towing, but still have towing capability of 8,700 pounds. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the good part. Let's fire up this Raptor R and hear its roar. All right, guys, we are inside this all blacked out 2024 Ford Raptor R. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, this is one bad mamma jamma of a truck. It's my 50th birthday. A lot of people say I'm over the hill. I want this truck. I want this truck that'll be my midlife crisis. How much is this? Well, I hope you're sitting down, and I hope you have a healthy heart. MSRP is $111,000 for this truck. May seem like a lot, but do you get a lot? Let's find out. To the door panels. Love the upgraded materials. Look at the leather, the Ford Performance orange stitching, the piping, the Alcantara. You'll notice that there's like a metallic gray finish, no gloss black, and of course we have carbon fiber. You gotta have carbon fiber up top because of the performance pedigree of this truck. The B&O sound system, 14 speaker sound system. Of course, we have our off-road Twinkie tray in the center. Fit up to 6 fudge-filled Twinkies. And then down below, you're good to eat fresh. Go get yourself a foot-long cold cut combo. Get your friend a 6-inch cold cut trio. And you have 2 can holders there for 2 cans of Mountain Dew. Now going from the door panel to the dash, more of that great material, the stitching, the piping, the carbon fiber. Open up the door. This is where you're going to be able to keep your gloves, whether you got work gloves, leather gloves, or lover gloves. I don't know, maybe you're doing something weird with your gloves. Maybe you even have your isotoner gloves. But remember, at the end of the day, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Lock it up, slide on in. You have your standard 12-inch infotainment system. All F-150s now get the larger infotainment system. Of course, with ours, you have that forward-facing camera, 360-degree camera. Hit the button, we're right back where we started. Pro Trailer Assist, this is where you can put the boat in the water and look like a freaking champion. Real knobs, I'm glad they're still here. Dual climate control, heated steering wheel, 3 stages of heated seats, 3 stages of ventilated seats. That's the recirculation button, so you can breathe nice fresh air. You got a 12 volt, you're gonna want it for a radar detector. Flip it up, home power source. Flip them down, doors are closed. On the side, you got your banana holder. Easily put 3 bananas. We got our leather shifter for a 10-speed automatic with the Ford Performance orange stitching. 2 cup holders. There's your Raptor key fob. You actually get a key fob that says Raptor on it. That's a nice touch for $111,000. Remote start. Raptor stitching, the Alcantara. This does open up where you could have your laptop in here. Maybe you told the boss, hey, I'm gonna work from home, but you decided to go out in the desert and you were gonna do some desert running, put it in Baja mode, and then you gotta stop and do some work because your boss is gonna know that you're not home. This is where you could do your work with your laptop. Lift it up. Of course, you're gonna have your Chiro tray. That's an official Ford Performance Chiro tray. You got 2 USB-Cs, and there's enough room in there easily to put a Nerf ball. A Nerf ball, like volleyball Nerf ball, and a Nerf football. I used to love Nerf balls because you throw them, I would throw them at my siblings when we were kids, because I'm the oldest of 6, if you could believe that. And I remember what was great about Nerf balls compared to other sports balls is that they don't really leave marks. So I could peg my sister in the head, she could be crying, and I could be like, what? What did I do? There's no proof. There's no mark. So just a little piece of advice. Seats, the leather, the Raptor R embroidery, the Alcantara, the bolstering, full power assist for the passenger, of course, full power assist for the driver. And then this one has our panoramic sunroof. Really nice to have that get some vitamin D from the sun. And then of course you can have your auxiliary switches. You can get a winch, you get extra lighting, you get an air horn, whatever you want. Maybe a rocket launcher, maybe oil slick you could drop out the back. But why don't you come over here? I want to show you behind the business end of this Raptor R. All right guys, here we are, business time, behind the wheel. Of course, you got your Ford Performance badge down there to greet you, let you know you did it right. You also have 3 memory seat settings. So if you're crazy enough to let somebody borrow your Raptor R, they could have their own memory seat setting. Speaking of seats, there's the controls just like on the passenger side. These seats are supportive and comfy all at the same time. And then the steering wheel. This is something you're gonna wanna rub your hands on all day, all night. You got your Ford Performance stitching, the R badge, some carbon fiber, flat black on all the switch gear, magnesium paddles behind the wheel to go up and down that 10-speed automatic. It is power tilting and telescoping wheel. And then of course we have a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. And watch this, look at the modes we have. Every mode imaginable, including the one that the Raptor R really relishes in is the Baja mode. And of course we have that 4x4 system with that 2-speed transfer case and lock and diffs. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat because I'm ready to take you on throttle in this Raptor R. All right guys, back seat time. And just like any other F-150, there's tons of space back here, tons of storage, but you also get all the nice materials that say that this is a Raptor R. Backs of the seats, all the leather. Large pockets, you could put your comic book collection in there. Let me know in the comment section, are you a DC fan? Are you a Marvel fan? I'm the type of person that likes them both. There's no reason why we have to have one or the other. You can like Star Trek and you can like Star Wars. It's okay, I promise. Now the back command center, you could easily put your super big gulps. You do have a 12-volt. Heated seats, but no ventilated seats. And I think at $111,000, my passengers should have ventilated seats. So that's a zonk. 2 USB-Cs, a home power source. If you need more room than this, then you need a freaking question, who are you putting in your truck? Because there's plenty of room back here. Pull this down, just enough armrest to call this an armrest. So just enough real estate, 2 cup holders, power sliding rear glass. But it's that time, if you're ready, this guy right here is freaking ready. Let's go on throttle in this Raptor R. All right, guys, we're leaving Walker Ford. We're in this Raptor R. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Like, really? Like, a truck is not supposed to drive like this. I mean, the power of that supercharged V8, the torque, just looking out over that hood with the big bulge, it just encompasses everything that is performance oriented from Ford. And really, I don't know, it just seems like the better buttoned up performance truck compared to the TRX. I feel like the TRX is more of a sledgehammer, whereas this, I don't know, it just has this ability to really be used like a scalpel. And I think that that is really telling of what Ford has done with their time in the Baja races and all the off-road races that they do. But the sound of the V8 is worth the price of admission. And even though it is pricey, heck, what today is not? But to have this truck and you get all the amenities and you're getting now more horsepower than ever seen before on a Raptor. 720 horsepower. It's like they just did that to say to the Ram folks, hey, we could do better. And obviously they did. Getting to the 12-inch infotainment system is well within reach. Love the steering wheel, the special wheel that they put in here, those magnesium paddles, and the ability to have up your Raptor R specifics. So you can go into your menu and go into Raptor information, and this is where you can get your Raptor status. You could show the all-wheel drive, what mode you're in, all of those goodies, set up all your preferences, and it makes going into your R button so easy. So you could set up R, you hit R, that's your mode. You put all your preferences in there, easy peasy, and all you gotta do is you don't have to twist all these knobs and buttons like you need a decoder ring from a box of Captain Crunch. You just hit R and that puts you into the mode. You could adjust the exhaust. You got 4 different settings. Baja is specific for the Raptor. And the auxiliary gauges, of course, we could pull up all the different information very easily through the infotainment system. We have our new trail turn assist, which allows you to really make tight turns like a freaking champion. Are you ready? We're gonna go on throttle. On throttle, here we go. Look at this. It just rockets you. It just rockets you back in the seat and really will shock everybody around you that a 6,000-pound vehicle accelerates as hard as this thing does. Absolutely just mind-numbing what this truck could do. Suspension feels great, no matter if you're on-road or off-road, and the fact that you could daily drive this thing is ridiculous. But I love the sound of that supercharged V8. You do get a little bit of whine. I would like a little bit more. And that's another thing that the TRX does very well, is that when it comes to supercharger whine, they do it the best. Brakes work well. You don't get a lot of dive and too much squat when you're braking or going on throttle. And that really is telling of that Fox live wire suspension, which, like I said, is so crucial in making this the off-road king that it is, or just the performance king, period. But we're gonna go on throttle here once again, once these cars pass. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Jeez Louise. I am ready for the Baja 500. I really, really am. This thing is just absolutely, positively insane. Each of the different modes really give it a distinct personality. And if you're doing any off-roading, the Baja mode is very, very distinct. And if you haven't seen my review where we actually did the real deal off-roading in a Raptor R, I will leave it at the end of this video. But even cruising down the road, comfortable, you got all the amenities. You may not like the gas mileage, but listen, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, these days are numbered for these supercharged V8 beasts like this, especially when you look at how everything else is changing in the industry. But just great to still have this truck available and to have now an R version of it. And they also have still the standard Raptor, which is still a hell of a truck as well. But I'm hoping that this has been a good, quick overall review of what the Raptor R is all about. We're gonna get back to Walker Ford and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a nanosecond. All right, guys, another crazy day here at Walker Ford. Definitely gotta thank Weston Walker, Frank Walker, Tracy, and the rest of the team getting us this Raptor R to bring to you, their very first one that is totally here on the lot. But let me know what you think. Are you gonna go Raptor R at the end of the day, or are you gonna go with the going extinct? You know, dinosaurs went extinct, then some of the dinosaurs came back. Is the TRX gonna be your choice, especially because it is going extinct again? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Need to give it up, Stephen Flood, working the camera like the boss that he is. Show him some love in the comment section. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.